and welcome. Welcome to Between the Stars. In the last episodes, we were able to get through the tutorial, which was 2 episodes long. And now, this morning, we are going to be playing Between the Stars, the start of the campaign. Thank you for coming down this early in the morning. It is currently 3:59 a.m. Quite early. Let's start the game. So we got a choice. Spaceship, Mercury, Thallium. The Mercury Thallium is a small cruiser class. D-Dog, welcome to the stream. The engineers at Mercury in charge of development achieved great agility and acceleration by reducing the Thallium's hull armor and offensive capabilities. Besides being quick and agile, the Thallium has super-grade shields, which tend to be found more on advanced ships. The Infinite Astral is a Class C cruiser, normally used to transport medium loads in hazardous areas. Its 9 engines are able to provide a good acceleration despite the mass of the ship and its cargo. This is an old model, but maybe today is still widely used. It's an old model, but today is still widely used. Some pirates take advantage of its size to modify the ships, adding more weaponry. And then, the Cosmos Transporter. What was the last one called? The Infinite Arsenal. Cosmic Transporter is a Class C stellar cruiser known for its versatility and its balance. Its reduced fabrication costs makes it one of the most common Republic fleet ships. It also offers a wide array of space for its crew as well as its cargo. Among its flaws are its poor agility and its low acceleration capabilities. Huh. Does 38 and 13, 5 and 30 and 5 and 30. Same boat. 30 and 10, 5, 5, and flak cannon. Interesting. Special ability, burst. They all got it. Well, maybe not the first one. First one's transfusion. Energy between the shields, activate them if necessary. Hull, speed, agility, hull, shields. This is more balanced. More hull, less shields. Gosh. We'll probably go with this one. I mean, it's slower, but we have more hit points. The name it's come up with is the Fearsome Eagle. I suppose we could go with... Oh, look at that on the side there. The Fearsome D-Dog. There we go. D-Dog, if you want a screenshot of that, this is the time. Let's see. The emblem and the color. There's 3 colors. Yellow's probably going to be the easiest to see in space. We'll go with that right there. That looks like a D-Dog symbol. Alright. Let's continue. Oh, now we get to customize ourselves. Captain Seaham Hands. Huh. No problem, D-Dog. Beginning from one of the trade capitals of the Republic, and being the only child of a merchant, he learned to negotiate being just a kid. He was a great student during his adolescence, but although he had great professors, he always resisted engineering. In the fleet, he always served in ships with great armor and does not like ships that do not have this feature. The captain is known for not giving excessive importance to raiders. This caused him to detect the ships later than he should. Radars. Oh. Stores prices are... So it wants me to choose a difficulty? Beginner hard. Nightshade. Reduces intensity of the zoom. Bungler. Reduces engine power. Aww. It's not like we're given other choices. Male or female? Oh. Oh. She is the daughter of an important officer of the fleet of the Republic, and during her childhood, her father formed her to serve in the army as an officer. As a child, she suffered an accident in a transport vehicle. She's left unharmed, but her mother died. Since then, he fears the excess of confidence to control any type of ship and extreme cautions. In her youth, she was working in a repair shop of ships until the company where she worked closed. When she was out of work, she decided to enlist. During her time as captain, she has been characterized by taking very aggressive strategies, putting to the limit the armaments of the ship. So she's more for battle. Let's see, and I guess this is the randomize button. Do 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 do. Oh gosh. Can we go back to default? Alright. Good enough. Let's see, hair color. Wow. Not much of a change. Alright, good enough. Select. Let's see how this goes. You can buy new ships in the shipyard on the surface of planets. Medals are awarded to the captains who can assign to crew members. These provide positive perks, so long as the crew member stays alive. Hey, we got the gun shop over there. Between the stars. The ship, Genesis, is a warship recognized the universe over. Its captain, Scott, and its crew have been especially famous since the Battle of Narok.
Captain, we're in the sectors adjacent to Tacit Stella. The War Council will not be held for another 2 days.
Understood, May. We'll take advantage of the downtime to supply our ship and patrol the area. Input coordinates to the nearest space station.
No need, Captain. Our power levels will let us fly for at least another 2 weeks.
We've spoken about this, May. The crew is exhausted. They've been eating nothing but synthetic proteins for a month. They need a breather.
Aye, Captain. Coordinates set.
We got some suspicious activity. Take advantage of the time until the War Council to investigate the neighboring sectors and accept a few contracts. We've got distress signal and suspicious activity. So I guess distress signal would be the way to go. So, okay. We need to increase speed with the mouse button. Spacebar moves us forward at the cost of our ships, or ship shields. Let's see, there was a button to go faster. I think I pushed it with H. Okay. Heading off to the distress signal because we can't go rest with people in trouble. That's just silly talk. 70, 65, 60, 58. Oh boy. It's another field of rocks. Once you have confirmed the signal on the monitors, you can glimpse at an abandoned ship through the bridge's bay window immediately after seeing it. You get the chills. The hull seems intact, and the distress signal, coupled with the lights, which were still online, confirm the power systems were undamaged. Your terminal lights up, and the crew member Maria gives his report on the situation. Captain, this ship's crew is unresponsive to our incoming transmissions. We should keep a safe distance until further orders. We will keep a safe distance until further order. Withdraw, it's not worth the risk. We must answer the distress call. Get the suits ready, we're going in.
Pilot, take us to the next target.
Alright, so let's get closer. Going full thrusters in there. Let's see. Okay, and then arrow keys allow us to adjust our power in the bottom right. Great customization. I know, right? Well, I don't know. The game could be still early access. I can't remember. Don't mind me, just shooting some rocks in the meantime. Getting closer. I think we're really close. Alright. The compelling request has not been confirmed. So the only viable route was to force the hatch open. The antechamber leading to the interior of the ship would make a complete decompression. Make sure a complete decompression was avoided. A well-chosen safety measure to ensure a rescue was possible in the case of an opening systems failure. Your crew gets to work and they exit the ship with their spacesuits on. In 1 hour, the machinery is positioned and ready to force the opening to the hatch, as if it were made of tin. Alright. Everyone's without disease. Reroute power towards the piston. You board the ship and make sure the power flow is stable. Upon confirmation from the engineers and the receipt of the toxicology readings from the scientists, you proceed through the decompression room and remove your helmets to continue investigating. You travel the corridors with caution, alert by any signal that you might imply immediate danger. Silence. Absolute silence. Not even the slightest sound comes from any of the rooms you leave behind. This was baffling. The ship was in good shape. Even though the crew had disappeared, you hoped that at least the Maya system would shed some light on what had happened. We're going to stick together. Following your orders, the crew takes positions. You go through the corridors together in search of a clue or signal until a snap behind a hatch puts you on alert. You raise your hands to indicate to the crew to follow you that you are going to enter. You activate the opening of the hatch, and the room accesses open wide. Enter the room. Oh boy. You enter the room, which is in complete darkness, and start up the lights. A repugnant smell assaults you from the interior, but you are not able to identify its origins. You push forward, examining the terminal in search of any traces of survivors, but it seems like the Maya system is inoperable, dispensing any possibility of finding something in the logs to smoke. You are in the middle of the operating terminal when you hear a smash followed by some screams behind you. Investigate what happened. You turn around and observe in horror as Kasaki falls to the ground. Meanwhile, his attacker grips a stone to the side of a not too small book and covered in your crew member's blood. Looks at you with his eyes wide open. Shoot him! Without a word, you open fire against the stranger, scattering his brains all over the floor. Kazeki gets up with some difficulty and raises his hand to his head. You see his face and shoulder covered in blood gushing out of the gash inflicted upon him, but miraculously he was alive. What is your status? I'm a bit dizzy, Captain, but at least I'm alive. I did not realize he was behind me until he struck me with whatever that thing is supposed to be. You glance at the stranger's corpse and notice what he was carrying in his hand. Rather than a stone, it seems to be some kind of tile or tablet that is now covered in blood. Let's return to the ship. The medical team must do a checkup on you. You turn around towards the ship when you hear a voice coming from behind. Apparently, one of your crew members was calling for you. What is it? No one said a thing, sir. Suddenly, you feel your hands grow heavy and look down at them. The same stone in the man was clinging to before has executed is now in your hands. You do not remember when exactly it is you picked it up, but you can see that it's some sort of tablet. Ancient tablet. Oh no. Let's head back to the ship. This is giving me a migraine. Experience gain 20. Great. We've got some kind of cursed stone. Move that away. I guess we'll have to let the station know. Let's charge up the old engines. We'll get rid of the suspicious activity. And then we'll let's see, which button was it? It was G, not H. There we go. So we've got the stone tablet of, I don't know, smashing people in the head. If my crew member was killed, I would have been quite mad there. Woof, suspicious activity indeed. You arrive at the corresponding coordinates and find a suspicious ship. The best thing to do is to send a transmission and identify them. Maya opens the communications and directs the call to the terminal. On the screen, you can see some big yellow eyes staring right at you. Lucky you, a Shitar ship. The captain's jaw opens up with a speak. Great, we don't have a translator? I don't think so. The creature seems somewhat offended. Few people could understand that language. The Sakar have been at least introduction to the Interstellar Republic after years of diplomatic work, greatly hampered by the complex phonic system they possess. You weren't one of those few people, but after treaty and in territory of the Republic, they were subject to the same laws as you. Therefore, your jurisdiction enters into compliance with them. You may continue on your way. Suspicious activity, huh? Let's check your cargo.
Head to the target. May, prepare boarding protocol.
Alright. This is dangerous, guys. Real dangerous. This could result in losing some crew. I got no loot over there. It's strange that this ship is very close by to a wrecked ship. Or wrecked multiple ships. Get closer faster. Burn those shields. Oh gosh, we need to put more power to shields. Alright, let's see here. He doesn't seem to understand what you say, but he accepts that the coupling request. You approach the ship and meet the captain. You had hardly seen one or two in your entire life. The boarders had been opened only a short time ago, and there were a few people who went outside their sector. The known universe isn't exactly small, but until today, it was the only intelligent species found. Having seen one or two did not make the event less impressive. These beings measured approximately 2.5 meters. His two yellow eyes seemed to emit light like two spotlights, and the holes where the nostrils should be. His silky skin and mysteriously smooth appearance was disturbed in range of colors and ranging from gray to white. Without a doubt, they instilled respect, especially those that had a jaw at the moment. You greatly appreciate the Republic pacifications they had. Do you have the inventory of the cargo? May I see what you're transporting? Taraj Shiburuza. He leads you through one of the corridors to a large room that you can smell before arriving. In it, you can see approximately 50 terrestrial cows. It was funny that after all the things that had been speculated about external life, the only one that had been proved true was their fixation on these animals. I need to see your live animals. Transportation license. Karma +6. Oh gosh. Roll the dice! Oh, it's a 5. Your karma level doesn't allow you to succeed. The creature starts to raise his voice. Your crew, terrified, puts your hand on their weapon. Everyone calm down. We just need the license. With the words, he moves away for a moment and returns with a document that is effectively the permit to trade with living species with all information needed. Everything seems to be in order. Perhaps it's strange to be asking a creature that could split you in two with only his hands a permit to transport cows. But you would be surprised by the number of ecosystems that were annihilated before the legalization of the Republic on the transportation of species regulating the market. Everything's in order. Have a nice trip. You let the crew follow their trip without proper inspection. Not understanding their language is not yet enough jurisdictions to negate your responsibilities as captain. Sinner has gained a new attribute, lax. Reduce the amount of experience gained from events. No! What's done is done. Ah, man. Well, shoot. It's not like the tutorial actually gave us how to handle searching of cargo holes and stuff. God. New attribute, laxed. Take advantage of the time until the War Council is investigated. Bleh. Gonna have to lose that trait. Distress signal. You descend to the ship's dining room, full of energy. Despite everything that's happened over the past few weeks, you were feeling especially well. For the first time in a while, the hours of sleep had become especially restorative. You enter the room with a spring in your step. Inside, some of the crew say hi, whilst Ingia is serving the trays with rations. Surprised, you stare at the dish of dehydrated protein that looks much better than usual. It's probably due to the hunger, but as soon as you swallow the first spoonful, you feel a clear improvement in the taste. I can be rude. I can keep quiet. I can ask about the change. Let's change. There was none of the usual brand left in the last warehouse, Ikera, and I visited when resupplying the ship. We thought it wouldn't matter. Don't you like them, Captain? Shizan has gained a new attribute. Fullness. The captain gains more experience. Hey! We just undid the other one. From now on, I think we'll buy these. You catch yourself grabbing seconds. Food on a warship was not meant to be extremely good beyond proving all the necessary nutrients. Finding a non-perishable food source that also had more taste than wet paper had been a great find. As the crew speaks, you stay thoughtful until Lee addresses you, returning you back to reality. What is that, Captain? You look towards the direction Lee is looking, and you see the ancient tablet that you rescued from the abandoned ship just a few days ago. On the tablet, maybe one of your crew members could classify what was. Do any of you know what this is exactly? The crew shrugs. I have no idea what it may have come from, but I know someone who might. An old partner of mine runs an antique shop in Aphora, Melody. Maybe he could lend a hand. That got you curious. The tablet itself was not particularly remarkable apart from its engravings and the ancient appearance, but there was the possibility that it was much more valuable than it seemed. If it was some lost treasure, worth a fortune, it might or wouldn't hurt to know. Okay, we'll make a visit. Gained. Contact antique shop. Alright, let's keep going. Well, that was weird. Didn't we have like a distress call in this direction just a moment ago? Ghosts. Antique shop is 421 away. in the Allied station. Take the tablet. Well, I guess we could do that. I wonder if it's on the other side of the planet, though. Should I avoid L planet? Maybe. Maybe not. But maybe. Captain, we've been intercepted. Uh-oh.
Activate the shields! All hands to battle stations!
Oh yeah, they're opening fire. Weak spot is in the rear on these ships. Oh, it's protecting its friend. Almost got this one. Got him.
One of the enemy ships has been destroyed.
Oh, I figured. I just did that. Okay, weapon overheat. Front shields, 30%. 24%. Captain leveled up.
Well done. May, send a damage report to my terminal immediately.
I can't remember. What's the button to loot? Oh. It was left click. I don't think we took any damage. Shields are a bit low. Let's shift some power over. Got the loot. Okay, setting course. We don't have a map, do we? I don't think we do. More junk. Space junk! It killed my thrust. We gotta go around it. Oh. Did we land on the planet? Camera. Oh, we went to the planet. The antique shop is over here, maybe? Oh. The antique shop. The hangar. Oh, okay. Let's go to the antique shop. Let's see. You open the antique shop's door and hear the bells hanging on the frame. The shop was not dissimilar from what you had imagined it like. The dust piles up over almost 100 exotic or extravagant looking objects. You walk the halls with the tablet in your hand. While you look at some of the antiques, you never paid special attention to antiques, but it was hard not to be curious about where they came from. A man comes out with a friendly smile. Hello. Can I help you with something? Greetings, I am Shan Hien, captain of the Interstellar Republic. The man seemed somewhat surprised. Edmund Glotz at your service, Captain. What brought you to my store? Edmund notices the tablet under your arm while waiting for the answer. One of my crew said that you might be able to help me. The man arches an eyebrow as you explain what happened with the tablet and leads you back room, where he seems to have a small workshop. On the wall you can see large magnifiers and other restoration tools. Edmund picks up a few books from the central table to make room for the tablet. Pulls out a magnifying glass with a flashlight and a brush from a sleeve and begins to check the tablet carefully. You think it's of any value? Do you know where it came from? Edmund. The man remains silent, completely paralyzed. Wow, for a second I thought it was something big. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Captain, but there's no doubt that this is a forgery, of course, of exceptional quality. So you know what this is about? It's rather a convincing recreation of a ceremonial tablet of an ancient tribe known as the Dicephoras, originally from Ethos, extinct long before the appearance of the space travel. I can tell you much more, only about a dozen remains of their civilization that has been found. All we know about them has been thanks to the transcriptions of a handful of anthropological texts collected from ancient etho libraries. Tell me more about these. It's not like I'm a specialist, and to tell you the truth, I don't think there exists an expert on this subject in the entire galaxy. The majority of the text has been lost to time. The only thing that is left of them is no more notes or memos and old books. You could even access them in the galactic database through the Ansible on your ship. Little we know is that they were fairly small tribe civilization prior to the space colonization. Do you think anyone might be interested? Among some of my clients are reputable historians who would pay a fortune for a real piece. Being such of a high-quality forgery, you could surely find some interested buyer, but an astronomically lower amount. Best I can do is 500 credits. You could sell it right now and forget about it, but you don't know if it would be worth it. Seeing as the man's reaction when he had inspected it more thoroughly, you suspect it was not even close to being a fair deal. If your suspicions were true, you were sure you could earn a lot more by selling it on your own. That's sold. For that little, I'm not willing to sell it. Sold. Come on, I'm sure you can get something more out of it. Do we try to sell it for more now or more later? And is it really a forgery? I think we'll keep it. And you turn around to exit the shop and hear Edmund calling for you. Wait, Captain, I can offer you 1,500. His tone was more desperate than his initial offer. Judging by the interest, it was not difficult to suspect that the man was much more interested in acquiring the tablet than he had initially. Forget it. I'll find a buyer on my own. You exit the antique shop with the tablet. If Edmund was so interested in acquiring it, most likely worth much more than what he had told you. You don't know what was distrust him, but the possibility that the tablet was authentic existed, in which case, if what he told you was true, you could get a lot of credits for it. Well, we'll investigate more on the ship. There's the hangar. And jewelers, renowned jewelers located on one of the cities. You walk the streets of the city with the crew as you look for supplies for the ship. Walking along one of the main streets, you meet a mass of expectant people as they watch something. You pass through the group until you see the police line that eliminates the crime zone, which law enforcement offer removes a body in a black bag that they carry on the ship. Oh, keep watching. You pay more attention to the crime scene and observe the entirety of the comments. You know that the chain, well, Tears of the Moon was the recognized empire of the jewel. With more than 100 established on different planets and stations, their products, jewelry, sets with the highest quality carvings from the best space rocks were worth a few thousand credits. Several agents enter the fenced establishment while the investigation continues. Do I help or mind my own business? Have you found a grammatical error? Oh, we can put that in there. Bypass the police line? It's dark. Mind your own business. You pass by without paying too much attention. After all, you've seen your military career. You aren't surprised by any local events. The best thing would be to let the agents do their jobs. You already have enough problems. After a few hours of shopping to restock the ship, you head for the spaceport to leave the city. Well, that's cool. I mean, we got restocked. Let's see. Let's go to the spaceport. Okay, I thought we were on fire there for a moment. Oh. I guess that was just to look at your ship. Let's exit the planet. Command bridge, airlock open, and Harris enters, addresses you. Sir, I have brought the reports you requested. Without looking away from your terminal, you respond without too much enthusiasm. Leave them on the tablet, or table. I'll check them right now. Thank you. Your excuse. You don't hear an answer. You look over your shoulder and see that the crew member standing completely still as he caresses the old tablet you left on your table. You wouldn't know how to explain the why, but that didn't sit well with you. I would appreciate that you do not touch my things. What are you doing? The crew member looks at you, answers calmly. Crew member Harris. The rest of the crew and I have noticed that lately you seem to keep the tablet always near you. Sir, tell me, what's so special about it? What promoted these confident? Harris. Without a, maybe I could help you. Let me take it for a while. Maybe I can find out more about it. Without a word, you approach him and raise your hands with the intention of taking the tablet when suddenly Harris grabs one of your wrists firmly. Release me at once, Harris. The crew member expression changes and they let you go right away. I'm sorry, Captain. It was not my intention. Enraged, you grab Harris by the breastplate. I'll overlook it, Harris. You've been under a lot of stress lately, but do something like this again, and I assure you that you will never serve on a ship again for the rest of your life. Crew member Harris. Yes, Captain. I assure you, I did not mean to. And get back to work. The captain has now gains less experience. No! The crew member exits the room and takes a few minutes to calm down. And you take a few minutes to calm down. You know Harris, or at least you thought you did. The disrespect shown towards you had left you completely out of place. As you keep pacing around, your eyes begin squinting, and you start to feel the accusation of sleep deprivation. Uh-oh. I'll finish what I'm doing and retire to my quarters. Great. Now I'm worried about keeping that tablet. Should we have sold it? Alright, forward we go. Charge up the engines. Power to the engines. What stopped us? Do it again. Huh. It says I should sleep. The ship's internal view. Is it I? It looks like it's I. Maybe not, though. Empty. Normal ammunition. Cannon. 3813. 5. 3813. I can install these right now. Sniper rifle. A rifle with high lens. That's for normal combat. Ancient tablet. Although it appears basic, you're sure it's priceless. Huh. So we gotta keep stocked on this ammo. Weird. Okay, what was that? Y? Y has put us into a camera mode of some sort. Okay, escape takes us out. U? Ah, captain's quarters. After a long day, you retire to your cabin. You feel exhausted after so many hours alert. You trigger the opening of the hatch with the touch panel and remove your uniform while preparing the clothes for the next day. You wrestle with the bed sheets for a while until you finally fall asleep. You go back to the ship's dining room while watching the lights on the wall. They blink over and over until they completely turn off after you pass. You're lost, and the path you've always followed seems confusing now. You run and you run as fast as you can in the endless hallways. You turn to the right to get out of that loop until you reach the dining hall, which is completely empty. Where's the crew? You wonder while you hear Maya sound the alarm. You're under attack. You must return to the command bridge immediately. The doors don't open. There's no need to open them. You're already on the bridge. Who's sitting in your chair? The person turns around and smiles. The smile freezes your blood. You don't recognize the face, despite being very familiar. Wait, of course, you recognize the face. You wake up soaked in the sweat while Maya complains. Captain, you're more than half an hour late. The crew is waiting for you. I've had a particularly strange dream. Oh, we're exhausted further. You get dressed as fast as you can and head for the deck. Deck? To meet the crew who should have been waiting for you. You run out of the cabins while still packing your uniform and down the stairs to the work area. A foul odor invades your senses as soon as you get to the room. You're completely paralyzed as you watch your crew chattering in a trivial manner without seeing you. Their faces are completely disfigured, forming a strange amalgam of vivid colors that seem to change as they move. One of them is heading towards you, although you only recognize the crew member because of the badge on the uniform. Why did you do this, Captain? Wake up. You wake up in the darkness of the cabin, feeling quite upset. You immediately look at the time and realize what relief that there are still a couple hours left before you have to get up. You turn around and again, while you put your pillow back together and dive back into your dreams, Maya wakes you up at the set time and takes you a while to figure out what's going on. You remember in a distant way the strange dreams you had, but in spite of everything, the rest, and the especially refreshing, you get ready to go back to the bridge and get out of your cabin in high spirits, ready for the next workday. You have gained a new attribute, Veteran. Get back to the bridge. Get back to work. Bridge. Take advantage of the break to investigate the ancient tablet. Using You take advantage of the free time to clarify some of the unknowns surrounding the tablet. The tablet tile had become quite interesting to you. Your thoughts were often scattered, thinking where it might have come from, or what its strange engravings might have. Adolphus Glotz, interested in buying it, made you suspect that the tablet was real, and not a faithful forgery as he had assured. He may have been a man of antiques, but he still had a lot to learn about negotiation before he could fool you. Maya, I need access to the galactic database. The intelligence system responds with joy. Its tone was as neutral as ever, but after some many years at your service, you had learned to distinguish clearly when it was in a good mood. Of course, Captain, I will activate the systems on your command, but I must remind you that the use of the Ansible in mid-flight will cause a decrease in the ship's available power while in use. The Ansible had been one of the greatest discoveries of the galaxy, an almost instantaneous communication system that enables all information to be transmitted between terminals on any planet stationed under the influence of the Interstellar Republic. As May had mentioned, it uses enormous energy consumption, which would force you to reduce the consumption of the rest of the systems to minimum. In any case, it would only be a few minutes, and the radars did not indicate the presence of any other ships in the vicinity. Acknowledge. Activate the Ansible. Immediately, the power of the lights drops dramatically, and some of the secondary systems stop working completely. Maya, tell me, Captain, what are you looking for? As you rummage through the millions of articles that mention the Dysmorphos and their civilization, you briefly explain to Maya all that Edmund had told you. Within a few seconds, a couple of files appear on your terminal screen. Maya processing capability could be useful in the most varied situations. Filter complete, Captain. I've taken the liberty of transcribing the most noteworthy fragments. Thanks, Maya. Let's take a look. Extract from Article 328 of The Lost Texts of Ethos by Dr. Henry Odell, a collection of notes compiled from ancient manuscripts in the monastery of Osiris Rayas. After the analysis, we confirm the vicinity of the notes collected prior to the space expansion, which are dated with the galactic date of approximately mid-0452. Referring to them as dysphoras, the text recalls a series of abstract illustrations related to an ancient civilization hailing from the stars. Several unreadable entries appear at the footer. It appears to be some type of runic writing. We tried to compare it with other languages of the planet, but we have not found any matches. Continue reading. Not much information about them is available except for the description of some rituals that reveal a tribal aspect. Also outstanding are figures of strange wind instruments similar to transverse flutes present throughout the pages, found together with what appears to be the rudimentary method of musical scriptures. The exact collection speaks of some kind of cult in which the musical pieces mentioned above intervened. The team's had heated debates during the investigation, but there seems to be a widespread view that they practice some kind of primitive religion. Of course, interest with all matters about their rituals or society were suppressed by the dissonance of out in the documents. Assuming it's an alien character based on the difference with all life forms on the planet, we cannot help but question how it may have been possible that such an advanced life form could have reached Ethos. Among the different fragments, you can observe some translations of the original notes with the illustration described by Dr. Odell. You immediately recognize one of the images of a virtual identical to the engravings on the tablet. Have you found anything else, Maya? Apparently, years after the writings in the article, a team of researchers followed Odell's lead to Ethos to find out more about these dysformis mentioned in his publications. I have not found anything related about the two people in charge of the project, Dr. Mike Brooks and Dr. Franz Clifford, with the expectation of the scans of the pages from Clifford's journal. I've downloaded a copy to your terminal. I think you should check it out. Okay, so we got... Okay, I got what we needed. Get back to work. Alright. Looks like it's just to the station now. And we did that with the Y or the U key? One of them. Captain, we've been intercepted. Uh-oh.
Activate the weapons! All crew to battle stations!
Let's share the power a little bit. Let's move forward. What kind of ships are these? Looks like the middle is their weak spot. Overheated? They are hitting the rear of the ship, which is fine. That's actually better shields than what I've got other places. They're down to 18. How's my shields? Rear is 61. Okay, we've got one of their ships.
Enemy ships has been destroyed.
Okay, we need to adjust course. Shields are falling. Weak zone detected. Still in the middle. Sure. Overheat detected. Okay, adjusting. Got him.
Excellent work, team. Are you all okay?
Oops. We got lots of stuff and money. Gotta like that money. Alright, you keep your sight affixed on the terminal monitor while you watch the power levels fluctuate. The writings of the report were certainly one of the most boring tasks of a captain of the Republic, but necessary. You had spent some hours on it, but it became impossible to concentrate on it any longer. Instead of writing, you find you're absorbed by the hypnotic energy program until Maya's voice surprises you. Captain, we have a problem in the reactor room. And it seems to be no problem with the power levels. What is it? You're just done talking with Maya. Maya just goes on. It's Mara, Captain. Crew member Akia has reported seeing her near the reactor room without the protective suit. Akia asked me to call you immediately while pursuing Mara. The generators that provide the ship with energy needed to operate were stable, fairly secure as long as they were used with the relevant protective equipment. The room itself contained much of the radiation emitted. It was more than advisable not to run through the entire corridors without wearing the protective suit. It's dangerous. Close the reactor door or reactor airlock immediately. Tell them to get out immediately. Ooh, do we shut the doors? Uh-oh. Our scientist is hurt. I just realized that. Level 4 scientist. Tell them to get out immediately. Let's close the doors. I'm afraid it's too late. I assume that Akia might deter Maya, but the opening of the reactor room was activated just a minute ago. I've checked the camera systems and Maya's already inside, Captain. I have warned Maya, Maya several times to come out, but it seems to fall on deaf ears. At this rate, it's just a few minutes the radiation will destroy Maya's immune system, causing death. Maya activated the reactor room cameras on all of the monitors on the bridge, and you can see the crew member Maya looking directly at it. On their face, you can sense a smile on their lips. You get up as fast as you can, cursing the way. Run to the reactor room! You run all the way to the engine room that precedes the reactor, where you find the crew forming a circle. Without saying anything, you move out of the way to find Akia laying on the ground, face completely bloodied. You raise your voice. What the hell's going on? Akia responded as well as while choking on the blood from his nostrils broke. It was Maya, Captain. They've gone completely mental. I found Maya on the way to the reactor room without the protective suit, and I tried to stop them. After I told Maya, as soon as I caught up, I was hit by one of the tools with no hesitation. We have to get our suits on and get Maya out of there. Hurry up! You leave the crew behind until you get to the reactor room door. You can see Maya turned around through the portal of the hatch that separates you from the radiation emitting source. The crew member remains completely still while observing the core of the energy system. You yell at them to come back right away several times, but they don't seem to hear you. No wonder. The hatch had been made to contain radiation from the reactor. That sound couldn't get through it. It didn't surprise you at all. Desperate, you hit the containment crystal several times without getting an answer. If you want to get to them, you'll have to go into the room, but you knew it was a big risk. The amount of radiation inside was enough to kill an adult in just a few minutes. That they had to endure so much was a miracle. The crew member falls to their knees to the ground. You know there's not much time left. Enter the room. Oh, we got irradiated. The crew are more likely to get injured. Disobeying security protocol, you enter the room without any protection. You immediately notice that the scorching heat running down to the last inch of your body. How could Maya have lasted so long? You run to the crew member who is laying on the ground, and sigh with relief. The face was raw and full of red rashes from the burns, but despite everything, they were still breathing. Giving Maya a smile, you reassure them. It's all right, Maya. I'll get you out of here. Maya deliberately responds with a calm smile before fainting. Don't worry, Captain. It's all a dream. Suzanne has gained the new attribute, irradiated. You put the crew member on your back and leave the reactor room to meet the rest of the crew waiting. Captain, that was crazy. We'll take Maya to the sick bay. Go decontaminate immediately. You shouldn't have entered the reactor room without the protective suit. Kia was right, but there was no alternative. You knew just a few more minutes would have been decisive. Taking the risk of saving a member of your crew showed perfectly just what kind of captain you were. Take Maya to sick bay immediately. Before returning to the bridge, you pass through the decontamination room while you discard your uniform and enter the booth. As the water falls on you, have some time to think about what happened. That didn't make sense. Why would Maya go inside the reactor room unprotected knowing the consequences? Even if they really wanted to end their own life, there were easier, painless methods. Whatever it was, they were still alive thanks to you. You get out of the booth and get dressed. You don't know if it's the result of tension or radiation itself, but you're starting to feel exhausted. Maybe you can take advantage of the calm to get some sleep before you go back to work. Alright. Dang. So we'll push the U button. Captain's quarters. After a long day, you retire to your cabin. Your body feels exhausted after so many hours alert. You trigger the opening of the hatch with the touch panel and remove your uniform while preparing the clothes for the next day. You wrestle with the bed sheets for a while before you finally fall asleep. The intense heat makes you barely able to breathe. How long were you in that desert? Days? Weeks? Your head hurt, you're thirsty, you fall on all fours as a result of dehydration and look up. You're here! A great fountain. Lacquerated in pure gold, by your last strength you run to it and stick your head inside, trying to swallow more water than you're capable of. You lose your footing and fall into the bottom. Darkness, no. A binding light. A heavenly chant. You look up to the sky. The stars are gone. A shadow invites you to follow. You run through the void to some ruins where the shadow slows down. Why did you bring me here? You try to talk, but no sound comes out of your mouth. You're underwater. You're drowning. The flames rise to the sky and they dance. They dance with each other. The shadow turns around and you can see its face. You don't recognize the face, despite it being very familiar. Wait, of course you recognize it. It's... You wake up in the darkness of your cabin, feeling quite upset. You immediately look at the time and realize with relief that there are still a couple of hours left before you have to wake up. You turn around again while you put your pillow back together and dive back into your dreams. Maya wakes you a couple hours later. Reckless. Increases the agility of the ship. Let's see here. You remember in a distant way the strange nightmare you had, but in spite of everything, the rest had been especially refreshing. You'll get ready to go back to the bridge and get out of your cabin in high spirits, ready for the next workday. Back to the bridge. Alright, making course for this station. G to go faster. 63 away.
Control Tower, we request permission to dock.
Station Control Tower here. Dock at the assigned bay. Over.
Dock 8. We'll burn some shields. We need to get some repairs. We're sparking a little bit. We're looking at about 50%. Why did we get a weak zone for that? Interesting. There we go. Speed set to 0. Docking. Docking. Let's see, we got the hangar, we've got the arcade, we've got the commercial zone, and we got one of the most famous tourist attractions, the Tesla Walk. The Tesla Walk is a must-see for all tourists who arrive at the space station. The food stalls at the local commissary pepper the long walk. At the end is a small amusement park. Excuse me. On one of the sides is a giant window that lets people see the outer space during the whole route. After all the adventure experience, both you and your crew deserves a break. Let's go to the amusement park. You go to the entrance of the amusement park and you get in line to buy tickets. As soon as you pass... Oops, that's my alarm. I'm already awake. Let's see. As soon as you pass the entrance, you discover why the park is so famous. The lights, the sounds, all enveloped by great upper domes where the immensity of space can be seen. No doubt, it is a place to get away from your troubles. And with times that are running, that's truly what people need. The crew seems happy to have a bit of fun, and in a few minutes they begin to discuss where to go first. We have plenty of time, or we have a few hours. Plenty of time. Some of the crew members seem somewhat annoyed, but they quickly get over it. You go up to a few attractions and see a couple of shows. It's nice to have a bit of tranquility. We got familiar. Crew gains more experience. The time together serves to strengthen the relationship with the crew, and when your life depends on them, so many occasions, it's important that there is mutual trust. Let's spend the day together. The crew seems especially happy as they tell each other how much of a blast they had at the park. At one point the group stops and they begin to look at each other. One of the crew members speaks up. "One moment, where's Koopa?" From a distance you see the lost child addressing you with something in his hand. When you arrive, he hands out a note. Grab the note and read. "Richard Cooper has died." You unfold the paper note and see a large symbol of an eye crying, a large teardrop. At the end of the note, there's a message. "We have your friend. If you want to see him alive again, meet us at the address in the fold." But it says here he's died. On the back of the sheet, you can see the apartment number. Break's over. We got work to do. Commercial zone, arcade, hangar. Repair for 788. Okay. We also got healing plasma and a submachine gun. Oh. Hangar. Arcade. The arcade flashes dozens of lights while the noises of numerous machines deafens you. You feel a pleasant feeling tingling your stomach, talking about the things that are about to happen. You enter the room with your crew and quickly feel the adrenaline raising. Among your crew, there was no prediction for the video game germs, except the technology comes from the military training simulators. It was focused on boring instructions. Enter the simulation room. You enter the room filled with different devices. In the room, you adjust certain calibrations. In this situation, nothing happens as real, as lucid as they are. Understood. Let's start. You access the level. Player, Shahan, available 1. Mousetrap. You approach a strange abandoned ship in the search of riches, but it was an ambush. Kill the bandits and get out of there. Start the combat. Roll the dice. 2 attack. Points. Attack 4. Enemy attack. Pirate crew. My crew. Resolve the roll. Roll the dice. Let's see. Oh. Oh, wow. I can use these devices down here. I hope they're not actually burning them up. Roll the dice. Getting more shields. Roll those dice again. Resolve. Took away my shields. Roll again. 5 and 3. Roll those dice. We got 3 crew left over there. We got 2 crew left over there. Five. I think we won. Victory! Hey, everyone went back. The snare disappears, sending you back to the lobby where a new level is unlocked. The dead players are resurrected and they recover supplies. Alright. You access the level. The fold in one of the most dangerous areas of the universe. Kill the enemies at the Republic and get out of the city alive. Start the combat. Organized leader. Ooh. Roll the dice. Got 2 attack. Resolve the dice. Roll those dice. 5 attack. Oh, I see. So we got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 attack total. I don't know which one of those markers show the full 8 attack. We got some shields. Resolve. Ooh. 5 and 2. So do they have 5? 2, 4, 5. They do. Roll those dice again. We got 5 and 2. The 2 weakest got shields. 0.7. Cost is 2. I have no points to spend these. Five. Which means they're still gonna be alive. 8 points. Oh, I think we won. That was the last one. The battle scenario disappears, sending you to the lobby where a new level is unlocked. The dead players are resurrected. Alright. 2 dangerous have boarded your ship. Looking furious for resin. Furiously for resin. Don't let them kill you. Start the combat. Should be 2. 2 it is. Roll the dice. Got a shield. Oh, they're powerful. Thought I have 3 points. Attack is 3. Cost 2. Quantity 1. This ain't good. We're on the defensive. Come on. We got an attack. 5. Oh, we're both attacking. My crew's weak. Down to 2. Can I use this yet? I can't. Oh, 8 to 1. We're defeated. Your vision turns dark for a few seconds and then you regain control of your body. You've lost, and you've saved data and automatically deleted, making you lose the progress you made. Aww. Leave the situation room. Hangar. Commercial zone. Let's check out the commercial. So, the stash, the systems, the departments, the crew, increases the crew's healing capacity, reduced healing time by 0.1. Increases the crew's investigation. What am I spending though? Oh, available points 3. Increases effectiveness of shields. There. Now they'll heal a little faster. This person also has 4 points. We'll just make them overall better. Crafting. System upgrades. Scrapping. Scrapping is probably going to be worth more at this time. Let's see. Scrapping, crafting, system upgrades. Upgrade everyone, and then we'll do crafting on this guy. Okay. Specialist. Weapons. Weapons. Likelihood of better rewards. Oh, heck yeah. One on each again, and then there. And the captain. Charisma. And leadership. Luck. Luck is probably good. We have so many different skills. Ooh, level 2 almost. Okay. To the station. So, hangar. Let's just select the ship. Dock 8. Rescue your kidnapped crew member located in the fold in planet 2666 at Thiom. I'm docking again, of course. We've already healed though, so we'll disconnect. Full speed ahead. I don't know why the arc. Oh boy. Game's broken. Alright, star map. The Fold. How could they have traveled so far already? That's where we're at right now. Contact to the rescue. Recruits, blueprints, repairs, and shipyard. Alright, to the rescue. We must save our crew member. Uh-oh. You see that red dot still? That ain't good. Game's all choppy. We're at 13 to 49 frames per second. Oh, we still got dots. We still got dots. I don't even want to click on that. Suspicious activity to the rescue. Alright. Let's head for to the rescue. A voice coming from outside the bridge draws your attention, and you leave what you're doing to see what's about. The hatch opens, and when you go through it, you see the back of one of your crew members just before you turn around one of the corners. Confused, you see Maya. Maya, has something happened? There is no response. Follow the crew member. You go down the deck until the main stairs looking for one of your crew, but you can't find a trace of. The best thing you would be is to keep an eye on the artificial intelligence system's core room. Chances that Maya was malfunctioning are extremely low, but not zero. If the system was experiencing errors, the rest of the crew would probably be there trying to fix it. Head to the artificial room. On more than one occasion, you reach a dead end. It may have been due to stress, but you swear the halls and quarters have changed. All of a sudden, all of the memories of the different ships you served on intermingle. Rooms of training periods in the Genesis, corridors of the current ship. Everything looks fuzzy and blurry. Your head starts to ache as you try to find your way to the core. Break through one of the hatches and come face to face with Scott, the captain of the ship. Jen Scott. Recruit Hat, what are you doing? I think I told you you needed to go get the ammo crates up to the battle stations. Scott? Before you can say anything, an explosion shakes the ship and throws you around. The plates and covers the floor coming down, flooding the room with dust that had accumulated after landing on more than 30 different planets. You get up with different holdings on the wall. Your head burns, and it's hard for you to recognize where you are. You're back on the bridge, or at least what's left of it. The room is completely destroyed, with several halls breaches facing the outside. In front of you, the captain's chair turns around, and you find someone sitting on it. You don't recognize the face despite being very familiar. Wait, of course, you recognize it. It's... Wake up. Ah, we've got exhausted. Captain, I'm calling for a while. I'm starting to worry. We had a nightmare, an overwhelming tiredness. I just need to get some rest. Don't worry, I'm fine. Take advantage of the calm again? Alright, well, we'll set course. We'll hit EU. And we'll go to captain's quarters. And I guess we'll go back to sleep. After a long day, you retire. Your body feels exhausted. Your uniform, wrestle with the bed sheets, still exhausted. Oh, we've lost the attribute exhausted. The music makes you shudder, flutes, forming impossible notes. The symphony expands and contracts again, plays with you. An abandoned figure, a victim of time, lost in the front of thousands of eyes watching. You walk through the labyrinth corridors. No, it's them that move. You can't scream. Music is hiding everything. No airlocks, no engines, no ships. Whispers in the shadows deafen you. A great eye. It observes you despite being closed. You turn around, up and down. Down is up. You hear breathing, and you keep quiet. Too late. The eyes notice your presence and cry. They cry in their dreams while their pain floods your senses. A face. You don't recognize the face despite it being very familiar. Wait, of course, you recognize it. It's no longer exhausted. Wake up. You wake up in the darkness of your cabin feeling quite upset. You immediately look at the time and realize that with relief it's a couple hours. You go back to sleep, wakes you a set of hours, takes you a couple refreshing. We got bungler. Alright, let's save our crew member. We need to go faster. I stole him from the previous place and moved him here. Stay away from the rocks so we can keep going. I'm sure we'll be attacked any second. We're on the planet. Hangar. Exit. Oh, really? This isn't the place we need to go. Well, I think we're going to save it there. Speedy109, welcome to the stream. Didn't see you there. Because with the errors we're having with these little speech bubbles, oh no. I'd like to find out more about the tablet. To the rescue. It's... oh. Is it on the other side? Hold on. Maybe we can get this quest done. No, it's I don't know. There are only 2 spots here, though. Alright, well, we're gonna call it here, guys. Thanks for watching. This is Billy on the Gunjamed C channel playing Between the Stars, Episode 3. Just popping by. Hope you have a good day in the stream. Yep, I gotta go to work in like 15 hours. Well, no. I gotta go to work soon. And then 15 hours later, I'll be home. And then I gotta open in the morning. So, late stream tonight, early stream... no, early stream today, late stream tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Billy on the Gunjamed C channel signing off. Bye-bye.